Hello, my wonderful fans. It is your tall, handsome coach for episode 7. Today, we are going to talk about some of the quotes that have changed my life, that affected my life, some of the ones that I'm going to recommend for you guys so that you can kind of change your mindset today. Because when we wake up, and especially on a rainy day, I don't know if anybody feels that, but as soon as it's gray outside, I get more depressed people. I get more people with headaches. I believe that, physically that can affect somebody for sure. But if we can add a little bit, of personal development, if we can add a little bit of gratefulness, if we can add a little bit of happiness, excitement, something to kind of wake up for, then things are going to start to change in your mind. So if you're waking up shitty, you're going to listen to this podcast and you're going to feel friggin' good after. I promise you that. So I'm going to go over some of the quotes that I use in my daily dose of, especially towards my clients, but ones that I use that I love and have stuck with me and have kind of directed the way I've shaped and I've done my life, and I'm going to share them with you today. So here we go. We're going to start with the very first one, and you guys can tell me if you agree with this. Effort equals results. At the end of the day, I feel that people often will give themselves more credit and they'll look at themselves and they'll say, you know what, okay, I did so good, but they just focused in one area. They focused in the area that they were actually good in. They're not including these little handfuls of chips here or a bite of chocolate bar here or a skipped session or a half-ass, When somebody tells me, wow, they did the workout, my question to them is, awesome, but how effective did you do it? If somebody ever tells me they did my workout twice, I can tell you with perfect 100% that they did a shit job on that, because they didn't focus on the actual purpose of breaking the muscle. When we work out, the goal is to go there and destroy the muscle. So if I flex really hard like this, okay, and I'm doing proper reps, that's going to break there, rather than the person who's Tyler, I got 14, 15 reps. That's nonsense. I don't even barely count my reps. I count down, and then I'll always make sure I never waste a set. If you watch me, my control is always really good because I want to place each brick nicely on my wall, because I want to build the most solid wall I can for the rest of my life, because I'm going to use this again for 365 days a year, 24 hours a day. It has to hear me bitch, complain, whine. I'm going to treat it well. This is my baby. I don't want to talk bad about it either. And that's another thing I see people doing often is I hate my legs and I hate my arms, and if you keep saying that, you're going to continue to hate them. So start saying, you know what, I do like this. I like something about that. Even if you have to fake it, I get my clients to say you love this, because then your mind doesn't know. If you continue to say it, guess what's going to happen? That's going to be concreted in your brain, and you're going to stop saying the other nonsense, because that's only causing you stress. That's only going to cause you issues down the road and problems, mentally and physically as well, because it's going to hold you back. So don't do that to yourself. All right, next one. No whining, just grinding. So many people, this is just straight up about hard work. And often people need to make sure that instead of just focusing on working hard, they have to focus on telling the whole world, telling Instagram, telling Facebook, and that they're going to work out and they're going to do this workout, and then they're posting between each set, and there's nothing wrong, nothing wrong with that, but when it interferes with your workout where you're killing the momentum every single time because you have to go and post, and I can't believe how much I see, there's like 16 different things on one post here. That must have took you 30, 40 minutes. Don't do that to yourself, okay? Focus on it. If you're there, if you're going, be consistent, be focused, and get what you have to get done and get out. You don't need to be at the gym for a long time. You don't need to be texting 10 other people between your sets and making videos. Focus on going there, doing the job at task, and doing it well, and doing it the best of your ability with minimal distractions. That's when you feel good. That's when you get your best workouts. It's not when you're constantly having to check, looking for some endorphins from some likes or some comments. Don't do that to yourself. All right. So when we do that, we don't want to spend time whining. I find people either brag or they complain. Don't do either. You don't need to brag about going to the gym, as I just discussed, but you don't need to complain. You don't have to be like, well, my coach is making me do 3 extra sessions today and I have to eat this bullshit and have this. Don't do that. And first off, nobody cares, and they're glad it's you and it's not them. All right? I'll tell you that. So Don't complain. That's wasted energy. You could put that energy into something good. Put that energy into a productive day. Put that energy into focusing on what is going to make you feel better. What is it? Does it have to, you clean your bathroom or work out or spend some time with your kids? Whatever that may be, but you have to have a plan of action with that. You can't just wake up and be like, okay? But don't be the complainer, because the complainer wastes energy. They waste life. They waste stress. Just get out of the way and let somebody else pass by if you're going to do that to yourself. All right. As we continue on down the list, if you want to change things have to, or if you don't change things won't change. And a lot of people are like, well, I kind of like this program I'm in, but I'm not happy with my body. Like, it just doesn't go together, okay? If you want things to change, you got to step outside that box. You got to step outside that box and do something different. Get a proper coach. Get something different where you're going to learn and you're going to have a guide and you're going to have structure. You're going to have accountability. Those are the valuable things in life that are so crucial, but again, that you can't go to the store and buy, but people won't go and buy that because it comes with hard work. It comes with actually applying yourself instead of talking about it all the time. And if you're only talking about it, you're only doing a quarter of what you need to get the job actually done. It's all about applying yourself. And if you can apply yourself daily, that is going to concrete those amazing positive habits that are going to take you to the next level. And when you expect more and you can do more because you're strong enough and you have more energy, that's when you go to the next level. Most of us won't do that because it's too hard to maintain. It's too hard to stay up there. It's too hard to do this consistently. I can do 3-4 days, no problem. But when it comes to Friday night, I have to have a few beers. I'm not giving that up. Well, I guess you're not getting the six-pack then. I guess you're not getting the body you want because you're not willing to change. So if you want that change, if you're desperate, if you are actually, then you got to change some things. You got to change your workouts. If you're doing the same workouts and you're getting the same result, if you're happy, awesome. But don't complain like you're not happy. Don't complain like it's not your plan, okay? It is your plan, actually. But it's because you don't have that mental focus where you're pushing for something. You don't have that extra switch. You're not pushing because you don't have a timeline, first of all. If I said, hey, when's your goal? You're not going to have a goal line. You're going to say, well, I just want to look good in summer, and maybe a bikini. I just want to look good. But it's not specific enough, okay? It doesn't give you enough juice to want to do it because it's not motivating enough. You kind of want it. And when you kind of want it, you kind of get results. You kind of get half-assed results. And shoulda, coulda, woulda doesn't even show up at the show. So don't even get me started on shoulda, coulda, wouldas. Okay, next going on is the lack, let me see here. This is Zig Ziglar. Lack of directing, is the problem. It's not the lack of time. We all have 24 hours, and that's so true. You're looking at people that do amazing things. It's not like they have more time on their hands. What they've done is they put that persistent, consistent attitude, waking up probably early every single morning, grinding hard, not worrying about where they're going to be tomorrow, but where they're going to be next year or in 5 years or in 10 years. And that's why I'm doing this podcast, because I want to change people's lives. I want to change the way that you look at your day today and take something with you and take a quote with you and take it and hopefully it positively affects your attitude, because that's what I was put on this earth to do. And I know that I have a contagious energy, and if you can grab that from this podcast, if you can take that, if you can set yourself up with a plan, and it doesn't have to be my 6-week plan, but set yourself up with a plan if you want serious changes. Set yourself up with change your plan up to adapt and get better and learn to get better and adapt to that so you can always get better. All right. And the lack of time, like everybody says, I have 4 kids, okay? I have 4 kids. I have business. I work out 2 hours. I would say an hour a day. I'm training. Well, not so much training now, but I'm still being productive. I've watched 0 Netflix because I've been so hungry to do all these little things now that I have a little extra time. I want to do a podcast. I want to do yoga. I want to do so much more because we have this. It's not a chore, this quarantine. It's an opportunity for us, and if you can look at it like an opportunity for us to grow, for us to do something different, for us to appreciate the time that has slowed down basically for us, and we can go and do things that we didn't ever get the chance to do, that's an amazing thing. That is not a bad thing right now. What we need to do is listen to the government, focus on getting better as a nation, as we unite. The whole world is uniting, which is a pretty amazing thing, that we're not focused on war, we're focusing on building together. So, I mean, there you go. There's one positive of that world change as well. So, okay, getting back to the quotes. You don't have to be great to start. You have to start to be great. And I think, again, people won't take that extra step. They won't invest $100 or $200 into a program that is going to change their lives, that's going to give them more energy, going to give them more confidence, going to give them some more self-love, going to give them more motivation, more hunger, more knowledge, more application. Like, look how much value is in there, but they won't do it, okay? Because they're not willing to start, because maybe it's, well, I don't want to give up my drinks, or I don't want to give up my smokes, or whatever the case may be. They will find a reason to justify that and use that and make sure that people know that's why they're not doing it. And when somebody excels and when somebody gets better, that's the person who will be like, no, you should do this, and try to bring you down with them because they're scared you're going to leave them. And that's what people do. People will be scared that you are going to leave them. They're going to get better. If you get better, they're going to want to know where they fit in your goals. And if they don't fit in your goals, don't think they're really supporting you. That's people. That is life. That is 100% people. So, I mean, be the person who supports somebody no matter what. Even if you don't always agree, maybe ask them questions, but don't tear them apart. If somebody's doing something different, standing out, they're trying to build something, encourage that. Encourage somebody. Be nice to somebody about it. Ask them questions. Perhaps you can help them. That's what I always want to do. If somebody has a business in my business, well, what is it? What can I do to help you? Maybe I can promote for you so I can help you without expecting anything back. And that's the big thing too. I don't expect anything back. But what happens when you do kind things like that, then they start to give back. They start to give back naturally, and it's real, and it's empathetic, and it comes from the heart. And some of the best things you can get in business is testimonials. And some of the testimonials I got from last program are incredible. They're life-changing. If you guys read some of the messages I get tears coming down because I know I affect people's life, and that is fucking cool. That is fucking cool to affect people's life like that on a regular basis. To know that I was born with this gift, and I'm sharing this gift, that I found this gift, I've uncovered this gift. What is your gift? Have you uncovered yours? What have you done with your life? Are you going to leave a legacy? Or are you going to leave a life where, I don't know, is anyone even going to remember? How many people are going to be at your funerals? Do you affect people? Do you help people? What do you do? What's your skill? Everyone has one. I don't care who you are. Everyone's born with a gift. But again, not everyone will go and uncover it. Okay, next one is what we practice in private, you will be rewarded for in public. You guys I don't post many of my workouts, but I go, and I'll tell you, I've almost gone 17, 18 years straight doing this. I don't have to post that because when I go and I do a show, that's when it shows in public, okay? And same with my online programs. You guys see this. Do you know how much groundwork goes into this about finding and delegating different tasks so we can make this the best program ever, so we can add new additions, so we can add improvements to each aspect of the program. So now we have live HIIT workouts with this because of this quarantine. We have live yoga program. We have a full meal plan so you can plug in your macros and have a look at meal plans, not just one day, but a full week. This is insane stuff that is so exciting to be a part of, because I know that when I started, believe it or not, I was training, which I believe the world record, you can quote this, is the 26 sessions in one day I did, but I was doing on average 22, 23 sessions. I hated the fact that it was changing. All my sessions were going to 13 or 14 a day because of this online. Now I've had to say, you know what? I have to accept it and I have to roll with it, and I can either fight it or I can use it to my advantage. And that's what I'm going to do today, because now I can affect more people. I can change more lives. In Kingston now, it's not just about, I've trained people in Australia. I've trained people in England. I've trained people all over the world. How cool is that people see my stuff, and then guess what? They want to train with me. I get to change their lives. They get a little bit of Tyler. They get a bit, and you know what? They all get great results. Let's not lie. If you're going to work with somebody like myself, I expect that, or guess what? You end up getting kicked off because you kick yourself off. I don't really kick you off, but you kick yourself off because I expect more, and I'm on you, and I'm on you, and I'm on you all the time. So Don't be alarmed if you sign up with me and I'm on you and I know that I have 125 people. I'm like, where are your pictures? How do you know? Because I'm on it, because I care, because I want to have a conversation with every single person that I train about their week. So they know I care. First of all, I can re-energize them, re-motivate, show them where they went wrong, or if they steered wrong, or if they're doing well, and push them even further and give them next tasks so that they're more motivated. Because I work my programs like you're going to pay for a college course, a 6-week college course. We have test day week 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then a final exam 6. If you don't do the final exam, you don't pass the course. So you don't really get that full effect. Okay? So with me, we want to make sure that we stay consistent, and each week you get pushed a little harder, and each week you get to learn something new, and each week we're going to add new tasks, new challenges, cardio challenges, stuff like that to keep you guys from getting bored, to keep you guys from just sitting at home watching Netflix, doing shit all, because that's a shitty way. I'm sorry, but that's a shitty way to live, is watching your life way. And you can swear at me if you want, but I don't believe in that. Okay, the last couple quotes I want to go is, you can't be hateful and grateful at the same time. So if you want to change your day right away, go to gratefulness. What are you grateful for right now? What are you grateful for in your life? Tell me, what are you grateful for? I know I'm grateful for my children, for my family, for my place, for my house, okay? And when I think of that, it changes my mood right away. It changes how I look at life. It changes the way I'm going to look at my day. And if I can do that, if I'm grateful and I'm thinking of all the stuff I'm grateful for, I can't be hateful, okay? I can't. Because that's two opposites, and mentally you just can't do it. So if you can be grateful and not hateful, baby, then you're going to start changing your life. You're going to start to appreciate the time you have here, because we don't have a lot of time. We don't have a lot of time for this, and we never know when we go. So if you can live every day, at the end of your time, you're going to be happy that, you know what? I didn't waste it. I didn't waste it being hateful and holding that poison and feeling stress and anxiety. I was grateful for the time I had here. I was grateful for the opportunity, for these 2 eyes, two arms, a heartbeat, that I can breathe. That is what's important in this life. The simple things. You don't need that materialistic shit. I've lost everything. I've been bankrupt. I've lost my house. I've lost everything in my house. I've lost my car. But you know what? It didn't affect me. I kept rolling and rolling. And I did that with a positive, enthusiastic attitude. And I've always climbed out of it, because I swear, if you are relentless enough, if you are hungry enough, you will get out of it. You will find a way to get out of it. And I hope that you will. The last one I'm going to say is, raise your standard. Expect more for yourself. Expect more for yourself. When you do more, you'll be able to expect more. But that won't happen until you start to apply yourself. That won't happen until you become serious about you, about changing you, about the things that are bringing you down. What are those negative habits that are bringing you down? What are those things that are wasting time in your life? Whether it's social media, whether it's hanging out to a bad boyfriend, I don't know what it is. But let's start to get rid of those things. And when you can get rid of those things, I swear your life will start to get better, and you'll get more freedom, because you're not wasting time on that garbage, that toxic junk. All right. I hope you guys enjoyed the podcast again. I do appreciate you tuning in to me. Episode 8 will be coming this week again, and we are going to get some other a little co-hosts I'm looking into. And I'm also looking into having a few guest appearances as well. So something to be excited for. So thank you very much, everybody. I hope you enjoyed the podcast, and have a great day. Okay. Oh, I can't. Oh, can you close it off GarageBand? Or just press record? Linky, why were you talking?